28 and I'm trying to shape history. Pulling from the sky for some strength to take with me. Line up the stars, fly away quickly and push the world forward like a tidal wave hit me. I ride the wave swiftly, I fear no man. Check my titles, mate, quickly. Came from the sky with the light of day in me and grew my own wings so the pilot came with me.
Rosie's on her stool, Gresho's on the camera, Katie Hanson's in the house. Welcome to episode 20 of Ask Jack D. This is a big milestone because we're hitting the 2-0. Right, episode 20. So we've got the champagne. We've even got the balloons here to celebrate. A big thank you to everybody who's been watching the show each and every episode. We continue to get inundated with more questions than we know what to do with, but that's a good problem to have. And we're seriously loving having this dialogue with you guys every single day. Today we are taking a question from Facebook from Katie Hanson, who asks, Jack, on a serious note, you have mentioned in the past that the person you are most influenced by is Jay-Z. If you could ask him one question, what would that be? Really good question. And I had to think about this answer for a little bit. Jay-Z, was very influential to me, particularly in my earlier years, like as a teenager. I found his entrepreneurship and his unique stance and his independence of thought to not only be very inspiring, but also very attractive for me as a young male growing up. I found that path that he took to sign himself and build his own record label and move into clothing, and the path that he took was an attractive one for me to kind of emulate. I actually dropped out of university because of listening to Jay-Z one day and had a bit of excitement. And I've never told this story particularly to camera before. Listening to Jay-Z, got excited, listening to a particular song called I Did It My Way, and decided right there and then that university wasn't for me. I wanted to do it my way. So went to the university, walked into my lecture theatre, said goodbye to all of the amazing friends that I developed during my time at university. I'm still friends with today, and said, guys, I'm leaving. They said, cool, we'll see you in the next lecture. I said, no, I'm actually leaving. And they said, why? I said, because I've just listened to Jay-Z, I'll see you soon. That wasn't the answer. I wanted to go and start my own business. University was too slow, but Jay-Z was actually the impetus that got me to do it that day. So never told that story, so there you go. What I would ask Jay-Z is this. What were the key ingredients that enabled you to have longevity of success in a game that lends itself to flash in the pan kind of careers? Usually, particularly in hip hop and in music in general, particularly with solo artists, usually they're around for like 6 months or 2 years or 3 years or 4 years. Jay-Z released something, he's released 17 albums now, I think. They've all been number ones. He's had more number one albums than any other individual in the history of music. The only people that have more than him, I think, is the Beatles. Don't quote me on that, but yeah, he's up there in terms of longevity and success. And in terms of success as a human being and success as a business person, the longevity that he sustained in a game that lends itself to tearing people down all the time and flash in the pan kind of careers, he did incredibly well. I would also ask another question. I know the question that has been asked to me is to ask him one question. I'd actually ask him two. The second question I'd ask him is, he talks a lot about when people become incredibly successful, it can be that same level of success, that same level of fame that ultimately brings them down. He talks about that in the context of Jesus. He talks about it in the context of Michael Jackson. He talks about it in the context of Martin Luther King. So my question, and not that he has been, crucified as a metaphor, but that he has been past the peak in his career and he's needed to now find himself in a new field and sort of redefine and redesign who he is. So my second question for him would be, how did you find that process, and what advice would you give to other people that you want to build a really successful life doing something? When that peak or that crescendo moment passes, how did you deal with sort of coming back down to earth after that, and how did you redefine your life after that? Those would be the two questions I would ask Jay-Z, and I would be very, very, very intrigued to hear the answers. Hopefully he watches this video and sends one back answering it that will then distribute to the Entourage community. Of course. Guys, episode 20, that was it. Red and white balloons. They're blue. Yeah, they're blue and white balloons. This is a bottle of Moe that we're probably not going to drink because we're too busy, but that's the life of an entrepreneur. Thank you guys for coming on this journey. Thank you for hanging around for 20 episodes. We look forward to celebrating another 20 with you over the next 20 days. Thank you. Keep asking questions, and I will speak to you guys tomorrow. 'Cause I'm lining up the stars. I'm lining up
tonight is